Welcome back. We are continuing our work in the annotation.dwg file, which I have already provided to you in the resources section of this video. So please load that file before beginning with this training. Now, before we dive into the mechanics of dimensioning, we need to ensure our workspace is organized. Just like we did with text in the previous video, we must be on the correct layer. Head up to the Layers Properties drop down in the Home tab like this. Use the slider window to find the layer which we had created earlier. The layer whose name is dim. It's that distinct yellow layer. Make that layer as the current layer by clicking on this icon over here, that is, set the current layer. Then you can close the Layer Properties Manager by clicking over here. Now the dim layer is the active layer, and you can confirm that by seeing the word dim in the layers drop down over here. Always double check this. Placing dimensions on the wrong layer is a common mistake that makes CAD management a nightmare later on. Now, to create effective dimensions, you need a dimension style. There are two main ways to access the manager. You can go into the Annotate tab by clicking over here and click the small diagonal icon in the corner of the Dimensions panel, and this will open the Dimensions Style Manager. I will now click on Close. The second method is the one which I prefer, that is clicking on the Home tab, expanding the Annotation panel, and clicking on the paintbrush with the Dimension Style, and this will open up the Dimension Style Manager. Both lead to the same place, that is Dimension Style Manager. Next we will see how to create the new annotative style. In the manager, you will see several existing styles. We are going to use the standard style as our template. So first click on standard and then click on new. We'll name the new style as training underscore anno. Anno is a short form which I am using for indicating that this is a style which is annotative. Then it asks you start with which template. So since we had selected standard, it shows you standard over here. Then put a check mark next to annotative. This specifies that the dimension style is annotative. Then it will ask us whether you want to use it for all dimensions, linear dimension, angular, radius, and so on. We will select all dimensions and then click on continue. Now we enter into the heart of the style. We'll skip tolerances and alternate units for architectural metric drawing to keep the things clean. Next, let's click on the Lines tab. Ensure that all the color, the line types and line weights are set to by layer. So I'll click over here, select by layer, and again by layer. Set your baseline setting to 3 inches. Then come to extension lines, and here you have extend beyond dim lines, so set it to 3 inches. And offset from origin, set it to 2 inches. This creates that professional looking gap which you can see over here. This is the offset from origin, and this is extend beyond dim lines. Next, let's click on symbols and arrows. I'm sticking to closed filled arrowheads, but you could alternately use architectural tick, this one. I am however selecting closed filled arrowheads. Next, for the arrow size, let's change it to 5 inches. For the center marks, we'll currently set it to none. You can see the arrow sizes have also increased to 5 inches. Center marks are set to none to avoid cluttering. Next, we are going to click on the text tab. This is where the style gets smart. Under the text style dialog box, select dims underscore model style, which we had created earlier. It's already using Calibri, so it's perfectly legible. Then comes to the text height. Let's make it to 5 inches. Then do not make any changes in the text placement or the text alignment. Next, let's click on primary units. Over here in the linear dimensions, in the unit format, ensure that from the drop down you select architectural. In the precision, ensure that 0 feet and 0 inches is selected. Do not make any changes over here. Once you have done a quick sanity check by clicking on the Fit tab and ensuring that the annotative option is checkmarked, then click on OK to finalize our settings, and then click on Training Anno, set it as current, and then click on Close. Now when you go in the annotation flyout, you will see that the training anno is set as the current dimension style. Click outside to close the flyout. This is how you create the dimension style. We'll see you again in the next lecture.